The symbol appeared in the most unlikely of places, etched into the ancient stones of a forgotten Celtic dolmen, woven into the intricate patterns of a Mayan codex, and subtly hidden within the frescoes of a Byzantine church. A crescent moon, forged from what appeared to be dark, unyielding iron, cradling a single luminous star. What secret lineage, thought to be extinguished eons ago, did this ubiquitous emblem whisper into the silent chambers of history? And who was the heir, destined to carry a burden of knowledge that should never have survived the tides of time? Ilara, a quiet archivist in a sprawling, dust-laden library, had always felt an inexplicable pull towards the forgotten. Her days were spent sifting through crumbling manuscripts and deciphering obscure languages, a solitary existence that suited her contemplative nature. Yet, a recurring motif in her research began to coalesce: the Iron Moon. It appeared in myths of fallen empires, in prophecies of cosmic shifts, and in the hushed tales of a bloodline cursed and blessed in equal measure. This was no mere academic curiosity. It was a profound internal resonance, a feeling that these ancient whispers were not just history, but a part of her own unfolding story. One evening, while examining a newly acquired collection of Atlantean fragments, a faint, almost imperceptible mark on her own wrist, a birthmark she had always dismissed as a simple imperfection, seemed to pulse with a soft internal light. It was the Iron Moon. The library, usually a sanctuary of silence, suddenly felt like a sacred chamber, a portal to a truth she was destined to uncover. The call was undeniable, a silent symphony urging her to seek something beyond. As Ilara pursued the threads of this hidden lineage, the world around her began to shift, revealing layers of reality she had never perceived. The resistance she encountered was multifaceted, both internal and external. Within her, doubt gnawed like a persistent shadow. "Am I merely projecting my own desires onto these symbols?" she questioned, her mind wrestling with the enormity of the task. "Is this not a delusion, a descent into madness?" Externally, she sensed a subtle yet pervasive opposition. Ancient orders, long thought to be mere legends, seemed to stir from their slumber, their watchful eyes now fixed upon her. She found herself navigating a labyrinth of coded messages, encountering enigmatic figures who spoke in riddles, and narrowly escaping situations that felt less like coincidence and more like deliberate interference. She lost precious artifacts, saw her research dismissed by skeptical colleagues, and endured nights filled with unsettling visions of a cataclysmic past, a time when the Iron Moon lineage was nearly eradicated. These were not mere setbacks, they were trials, each one designed to test her resolve, to see if she possessed the fortitude to carry the weight of such a dangerous revelation. The veil between worlds thinned, and she began to perceive the subtle energies that governed existence, understanding that the true battle was not for physical relics, but for the very essence of forgotten knowledge. If you enjoy these kinds of stories, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our content. And tell us in the comments where you are watching from. We would love to know. The climax unfolded in a forgotten crypt beneath the oldest part of the library, a place she had stumbled upon by following a series of celestial alignments encoded in the Atlantean fragments. Within, a single sarcophagus lay open, its lid adorned with the Iron Moon symbol. As Ilara approached, the air grew heavy with an ancient power. A shimmering projection materialized above the sarcophagus, a spectral figure of a woman, regal and sorrowful, her eyes holding the wisdom of forgotten ages. "You have come, last heir," the apparition whispered, her voice a melody of starlight and sorrow. The lineage of the Iron Moon was never meant to survive, for our knowledge threatened the very fabric of the perceived reality. The vision then unfolded, a breathtaking, terrifying panorama of cosmic history. Ilara witnessed the true origin of the Iron Moon lineage, not as a royal bloodline, but as a group of cosmic navigators, beings who had arrived on Earth in a time before memory, carrying the knowledge of humanity's true potential, a potential that transcended the limitations of the physical world. They had been guardians of a forgotten truth, a truth that revealed the universe as a living, conscious entity and humanity as its direct descendant. This knowledge, deemed too dangerous, too disruptive to the established order, had led to their systematic eradication, their history erased, their symbols twisted into mere myth. The Iron Moon was not a symbol of power, but of resilience, a testament to a truth that refused to be extinguished. The revelation was a cataclysm within her soul, shattering every preconceived notion she held about history, reality, and her own identity. She was not merely an archivist, she was a living repository of a cosmic memory, the last beacon of a forgotten dawn. The intensity of the revelation left Ilara in a state of profound solitude. She retreated from the world, not physically but spiritually, her consciousness adrift in the vast ocean of newly acquired knowledge. The library, once her sanctuary, now felt like a mere shadow of the cosmic library within her own mind. She spent weeks in silent contemplation, the echoes of the ancient navigator's wisdom resonating through her being. The conflicts she had faced, the doubts and fears, now seemed like distant whispers, dissolving into the grand tapestry of universal truth. She understood that the Iron Moon was not just a symbol of a lineage, but a metaphor for the human spirit itself, resilient, enduring, and capable of holding immense light even in the darkest of times. Her purpose was not to reclaim a throne, but to awaken a dormant truth within humanity, a truth that had been hidden in plain sight for millennia. She spoke to herself in metaphors of starlight and shadow, of the cosmic dance between creation and destruction, her insights flowing like ancient rivers. Ilara emerged from her contemplative silence, not as a conqueror, but as a quiet catalyst. She did not seek to overturn the world, for she understood that truth, when forced, often became distorted. Instead, she chose a more subtle path. She began to weave the forgotten knowledge into her archival work, not as direct pronouncements, but as subtle hints, carefully placed clues within her scholarly articles and translations. She wrote allegories, crafted symbolic narratives, and curated exhibitions that, to the uninitiated, seemed merely academic, but to those with eyes to see, contained the resonant echoes of the Iron Moon lineage. Her legacy was not a monument, but a seed, planted in the fertile ground of human curiosity, waiting for the right moment to sprout. She understood that the true heir was not one who inherited power, but one who carried the light of truth, illuminating the path for others to find their own hidden lineage within. As she looked out at the vast, star-dusted sky, she knew her journey was far from over, for the universe was an endless scroll, and humanity's story was still being written. What ancient truths lie dormant within your own lineage, waiting for you to uncover them? And if you like this story, you will definitely love the next one that's appearing on your screen. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and activate the notifications. See you in the next one. Win.